Hey everybody, it's Jesse. Today we're going to do some live coding, and I got the app that we're going to be working on in front of me. I'm going to show you the problem in the app, and then we're going to go into the code and try to fix it. Uh, Basically, this app is live in the App Store right now. So if you went and typed in Tabella, you could find the app. You could recreate the issue right here, and we're going to fix it. So the first thing we need to do is type in a zip code. Let's do the famous Beverly Hills zip code 90210. I never tried the zip code yet, so all right. So this is fine. We have some different churches come up, but if we go over to groups, no groups are found, and we would find no matter what zip code we typed, no groups would ever be found, even though we have groups. So that's the problem. We need to find out why the groups aren't found. I talked to my back end engineer, and he said that it's working on the back end. So let's go into our code. And I'm not exactly sure where this file is located. I haven't worked on this file in quite a long time. So we're just going to do a search here in Visual Studio Code. And let's see, maybe groups. It looks like we might have a lot here for groups. Let's go through all these and maybe there we are. All right, so community search screen. There we are. That's what we need. And in particular, here's that no groups found. Let me arrange things a bit here. So we have no groups found within the given zip code. So this shows, interesting. It has this, so this is code that I didn't write. I'm looking at it. So you're looking at it with me, with fresh eyes. So there's this communities.isDirty, which I'm not 100% sure what that signifies. But what we should have is this here. So groups, active tab is groups. If there are groups, if communities groups length. Does that work like that? Communities groups map item. So I guess we're saying if there's a length. I don't know. Hey, what's up, Michael? How's it going? So here's the thing that I don't know. If I just say communities groups length, if there is a length, does that turn out to true? I never tried it like that. I always did it more like if the length is, let's say, greater than 1 or greater than 0, really. Let's just save it. Like, let's save it and see what happens. I don't think that'll fix it, but to me, that always looks weird. I want to test that out, actually. Hey, we got a little spinny thing here. All right, so still no groups. All right, but I do want to test this out, actually. So communities groups length is greater than 0. You know what? We need to look at the data coming in. Let's see what kind of data we have coming in. I'm gonna bring out Reactatron over here and make it a lot bigger. Ooh. All right, so we've got a lot of stuff here. Let's see if I can make this bigger. There we go. And let's make this full screen. Okay. Hey, John, how's it going? Yeah, it has been a while. It's been a long time since I streamed. Just trying to get back into it. All right, so here's what we have, and the data we're getting back from. No, I didn't want to do FaceTime. Get out of here. Um, accidentally clicked FaceTime. All right. So here's the data that we're getting, which is as expected. We're getting this parish info. Are we not making a call at all when we go to groups? It doesn't look like it. Let's click groups again. I'll do a search one more time while I have groups here, so we get fresh data. So, all right, we've got GraphQL coming through with. Let's see if this is it. I think this is the same thing. So global groups. We actually have the data coming in here. List all communities. Yeah, that's what we need. This is the data that we need. Let me double check and see if I can see something. This group is managed by a team at Tabella. Yep, this is it. That's what we need. All right, well, it's good to know that we're getting that. So let's check that out. It's list all communities is the query that we're using. So this is GraphQL. Let's go back to our code and try to find it. List all communities. Okay, so we're getting list all communities. Now there's that. Let's see. All right, so we try to get the data. We're getting that data. I think what's going on is maybe we're not handling the data correctly once we get it. Michael says, isn't if dirty a PHP thing? That means that the data has changed. Yeah, I don't know. I might have to ask. If I wasn't on a stream right now, I would try to ask my engineer, although they're in a different time zone. So what time is it? Yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit late for them. I don't want to bother them. But if we can't figure it out on this stream, I'm gonna ask my engineer tomorrow about it. The one that wrote this code. But for now, we're gonna try to figure out what's going on and get it fixed. Basically, what I'd like to do, like we have a new release of the app going out as soon as it gets approved, and in the App Store, and it'd be cool if I could sneak this in as well, this fix in. If not, it's cool. I'll just do a new release. But it'd be nice if we could get this done during the stream. All right, so we get the data, and we have the community's response. Now, where's that at? Okay. Groups, JSON parse, community response, data, list all communities. Or, see, this is it or nothing. Why? Why is it or nothing? And what is doing this? Let's look back at our stuff here. All right, so communities response dot data. Do we need that? Yeah, we do. So it's dot data dot list all communities, and that is the thing. All right. Actually, Michael has some more about this. So this is from Stack Overflow. When you want to know if the model has been edited since it was queried from the database or isn't saved at all, then you use the isDirty function. Interesting. I'm not sure, like, in this context, what we would be using that for. Maybe we'll figure it out as we go along. John says, in my spare time, I built a mock-up site for the commercial art gallery I'm in. It's in Gatsby, builds completely from Google Drive, all cloud file store. Wow, that's really cool. That's sweet. It's all from Google Drive and Cloud Firestore. That's kind of cool. I'd like to see that. All right, so we've got the data here. it's a JSON string, so we do need to parse it, which is fine. That's what we're doing. Oops, went the wrong way. All right, so we're getting that data. Set communities groups. Let's see. Let's do some good old console logging here. And let's console log communities. And we'll go to our console. We'll see parishes and groups. Cool, we've got groups. All right, so the groups did go in there. We could see, all right, we can see everything from the groups. Excellent. So groups. And then global groups. We actually have local groups. Interesting. Oh, okay, it's all the way in Miami. It must be the closest local group is in Miami. So we're just getting some data in here. Michael asked, what exactly we're trying to do? So right now, like, we're getting data that's not displaying in the UI. So we're getting it from the back end. So we're just trying to figure out what's going on. Why can't we see this data? So basically, it's the global groups and local groups. Both of them can be displayed here. And for some reason, they're not. Okay, so we verified that they're here. Let's get rid of this console log now. These communities are getting set, but they're still not there. So now at least we can see, like, all right, where are we going wrong? Okay, so we're in groups now. If the active tab is groups, communities, groups. See, because it's not just groups. It's global groups and local groups. So I think what we should do is probably do communities, groups. Let's try local groups. Dot length. And let's go groups. Local groups. Let's see if that works. Hey, it worked. All right, cool. So we've got our local groups being displayed. Now, this is out of scope for what I'm working on right now, but I do want to click on it and just see what happens. Okay, so nothing happens when you click it, which is what I was afraid of. But for what we're doing for this video, let's try to get this working. So the easy fix for now is going to be just a little copy and paste. And let's see, community details. We're going to copy and paste this part. Yeah, just this part. Yeah. I really need to. There we go. Let me grab that one. Okay. So hard to figure out exactly which paren to grab. Okay. And then we'll see if this works. We might need to do, let's do this. So we need a fragment here to wrap all of our stuff in so that React doesn't get upset with us. And I'm going to paste exactly the same thing. Now, because I'm only repeating it twice, I'm like, I don't feel good about it, but I'm okay with it just to get it working. Otherwise, it might not be a bad idea to extract this bit out into its own component. And let's make sure I wrap this in So I got to wrap this in curly brackets because we're doing some JavaScript here. And I'm going to change this to global groups. And I'm going to make sure I put in some of these little question marks here. Because that's going to basically check and see, like, does this exist? Yes or no, like, and then go on from there. Otherwise, it would throw an error if at any point any of this didn't exist. So I'm going to check, see if this worked, then go to the questions. Ah, an error. What did I do? Item is not defined. What did I do? Map item. Why is item undefined? I think this is just... Oh, there we go. It worked. Well, let's see if it worked. Go back to our search. All right. Cool. So we've got the data. We've got... Oh, is this... Nah. That was just parishes. Okay, here's our groups. Still saying item is undefined. Local groups. What did I do wrong? All right. Well, I said I'd go back to the questions. Let me go back to the questions. Then we'll figure out what I did wrong. Maybe somebody already saw. John says, are you pulling it with GraphQL? Yes, we are definitely using GraphQL. Hey, Drew, how's it going? Okay. All right. So this did work, and now it's not working. So I think all my copy and pasting kind of messed this up a bit. So let's go back through and just see what we have going on here. Oh, this is why. There we are. I think that fixed it. Just forgot a little curly bracket. All right, that worked. Cool. So these work. Let's see. And again, these are not showing anything. Let's see if it shows anything here. Global group community. All right, let's fix the next problem too, because I mean, it's kind of a big deal. I think we need to fix it. Also, I just keep noticing all these things. Like down here, these are probably all test users because they don't have any name associated. Well, I don't know. I mean, technically, I think somebody can sign up without putting their name. So, but I think maybe we need to make it so that if you don't have a name, you don't show up here, because it doesn't add any value to just have blank blank avatars there. But I'm thinking we can probably look at what we're doing here, since this is working, and just do the same thing in our search. Okay. All right, so right now we're saying like okay, for navigation we're sending it to the community details screen, but that's not necessarily where we want to send it. So let's take a look over here at our probably the, let's see what screen we're on. Yeah, this is the communities screen. So communities, plural, community screen. And user communities. Navigation. Is that it? Is it the only place I'm using it? Community details. That looks like the same thing. Well, let's check it out then. It's a global group. Yeah, we're using the same thing for the global groups. All right, let's check it out then. See why it's working in one case and not the other. Community search screen. We'll pull that over here. And we'll compare. Okay, so we're using navigation.push in both places. Type community. And why are we passing? We're passing an image. We're passing an ID, which is fine. Community ID. Screen title. Fine. Is from search screen true. That's like the only thing that's different, I think, is we're saying is from search screen true. And what was the other thing? An image. And that's it. That's the only difference. Well, I didn't expect them to be the same. I expected them to be different. John says, I had an issue pop up once in a while in VS Code with auto format on save. If I'm missing a curly bracket, all my GraphQL query is deleted. Wish I knew how and why. Oh, no. I'm glad I don't have that issue. John says, for React Native, are you always designing for an app? And does that translate to web, or is that written different? So yeah, we actually, you can actually write for the web in React Native. So that's definitely possible. You just have to use React Native Web, which we're actually using for this project. So in some of the previous streams I've done in the last like 2 weeks, we've looked at the web version. Well, the only thing I can see here that's different that we can do differently is maybe get rid of this is from search screen just to test. And then the image as well, which we'll first we'll test this and then we'll test the image. All right. Hey, it works. No, we don't have an image because we didn't pass in an image. But cool. All right, that one didn't work because I didn't change that one. All right. For whatever reason, all I had to do was take this out. Is from search screen. I don't know why, but that works. So I'm going to take that out for now. And let's add in an image. Community data. I guess item dot image. I think that'll work. We got to be using the image somewhere. Yep, item dot image. Okay. So let's add that in. All right. One more test. Nice. We've got the image. We've got this here. Excellent. Probably need to change up a few things. Like this shouldn't say parish community. Why does it still say parish community? But at least it's all. Well, this one doesn't have the image. Why is the image not showing up? Definitely got some. It's an improvement. It's an improvement, but it's not perfect. Why is the image not coming? We definitely put the image in here. We're passing the image in. Now, also, I'm pretty sure when we go to these pages, yeah, this says global group. Global group. Yeah, so definitely need some work, but not bad. Not bad. We got it. We got that working. So we got the search working, and we've got the being able to actually click and see something is also working. So that's a big improvement. Let's see, how long did that take us? I don't know how long I've been streaming. About less than a half an hour. Cool. So let me stop and go back to the chat. I'm all caught up with the chat. That's cool. If anybody has any questions, throw them in the chat now. I'll probably be on for maybe another couple minutes, and then I'm going to finish up for the day. This is the end of my work day. And maybe I'll stream again at some point this week. I'm not going to promise I'll stream tomorrow, but I want to stream at least one other time this week, I think. But if there's no other comments or questions, I think I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks everybody so much for watching, for hanging out with me. I'm getting back into this live streaming again, so I'd love to get back going like I used to. You know, I used to do a lot more live coding than I do now, and it was nice. John says, lightning fast coding by Jesse. Like, yeah, it turned out to be pretty fast. Sometimes that happens. Things worked out. John says, thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for watching. And if anybody's watching from one of the places affected by the storms, stay warm, especially if you don't have electricity. Just like, hey, try to stay warm. You know, don't go outside, and be safe. John says, I picked up a lot from you. Oh, I'm glad. I'm sorry, I mumbled that. John says, I picked up a lot from you. That means a lot to me. That's part of the reason why I want to get back and start streaming again. For those of you who don't know, I was dealing with some pretty bad depression over the last year, and that kind of kept me away from not just live coding, but kept me away from a lot of stuff. So I got some new depression treatment, and it's really helping me, and I'm trying to get back into those things that I used to be into, and so live coding is included in that. So hopefully you'll be seeing more of me, and I'll continue to get better and improve. But anyway, enough with the goodbyes. I'm really gonna go now. It was good seeing you all. I hope to see you all again soon. Be safe and have a great rest of your day.